Hey guys, this is Thomas over here at NurseMoneyTalk.com, and in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what you should expect your first day of nursing school. Now I'm going to split this into kind of like 4 parts. The first one will be talking about what will roughly probably happen the first day. Second part I'm going to talk about is what will not happen your first day as a nursing student. Third part will be how you will feel during your first day of nursing school. And lastly, I'm going to talk about just kind of like a couple of the things you can do to help make your first day as successful as possible. Now, before I get into that though, if you're not already subscribed, I want to go ahead and invite you to hit that subscribe button on this channel. I talk about all things related to nursing student, and of course, nurse life. And I do want to give a quick plug-in for the Nursing Student Academy. It's just kind of like a supplemental platform that'll help kind of bridge the gap between your nursing school lectures and those big annoying textbooks. So it sits somewhere in the middle, helping you kind of make more sense in those textbooks. Because, you know, a lot of times those textbooks, I mean, they give you so much fluff. And so the platform kind of helps kind of weed out a lot of that fluff and give you what you need. You can go check it out at nursemoneytalk.com/nursing student academy. Link to that will be in the descriptions below. Let's go ahead and get started with the first thing of what will happen your first day. So your first day is, it's always going to be a stressful one, right? At this point, you don't really know what's required of you. You don't know how helpful teachers are going to be, how helpful your classmates are going to be. You really don't have a feel for anything. But what you should do though is try to remain as calm as possible. You know, I think it's probably safe to say that probably for like the first couple days or so, first 1 or 2 days, especially the first day, nothing really big will be expected of you, except for taking in a great deal of information over just kind of like the entire semester, and probably more or less the entire program as well. I will encourage you to just kind of try to roll with the punches, because as you're looking at it, depending on how good the program or the instructors are in terms of giving you these informations, it could potentially feel very, very overwhelming. You know, what looks overwhelming as you kind of start taking it piece by piece will start becoming more or less manageable. As for what will happen the first day, generally speaking, you know, many of these nursing schools are probably going to be orientation in whatever classes you have. They probably will assign some assignments, but I would imagine a great deal of the time will probably just spent in a lot of orientations, rules, guidelines type stuff, and just kind of like a general overview over the coursework. Just try to make notes of that. Make sure you look at that syllabus later. What I really try to do, even outside of like the first day of nursing school in general, just kind of like at the end of like the first day of classes, of like the first semester of any class, I'll go in and look at all the exam days, due dates of assignments, major assignments, and I'll put that all in my calendar. I use Google Calendar, you know, and I'll set kind of like reminders and whatnot, just so I can be able to look, you know, go to the calendar view or the week view and get a clear picture of when everything is due. You know, ideally by your first day, you should already probably have your textbooks. If not, link at the bottom, go to nursemoneytalk.com/textbooks to start, you know, to kind of pick those up. The other thing you can do is just go to your school library or school bookshop, whatever, to be able to pick, you know, to pick one up. Something else to keep in mind is that if there's any like extra, you know, like supplies or whatnot, or reference books that you need, you'll probably get a list of that. Because I can't remember if it was the first day or if it was before that, was when I was given a list that I needed to pick up. I think it was like the ATI test bundle or whatever. But just kind of give you an example. So you might get a list of extra stuff that you need then as well, just kind of depending on how organized or whatever your school is. So as for what will not happen your first day, you probably won't have to worry much about clinical work or last visits your first day. Depending on your nursing program, you might not even have clinicals like your first semester. You probably won't have to worry about any like tests or quizzes or projects or assignments on your first day. But I will kind of caution you to make sure, like, even on your first day, that doesn't mean you shouldn't pay attention or be on high alert, because it's quite possible like graded assignments or, you know, major assignments could pop up fairly quickly. So you'll at least want to make sure that you keep an eye on that. As for how you're going to feel the first day of nursing school, you're going to be nervous. You're probably going to be incredibly nervous, especially about, like, you know, meeting new instructors, new classmates. You know, if you know some people there, or like, you know, if you went to undergrad at the same school, and so, you know, so you got into the nursing program at the same school, and you know, like, you know, a fair bit of the people there. So it's possible that would help with the nervousness a bit, because it's quite possible you might have met the instructors as well, probably before getting into the program. So that definitely helps. Feeling nervous is a common feeling. Honestly, feeling overwhelmed, because, you know, if you get a big syllabus list and now all of a sudden you see like all of these assignments, it is very possible for you to kind of get like a feeling of like almost kind of like of overwhelm or nervousness. That's very possible, and that's very common. Just try to make sure you get a handle of that in terms of stress management. I have articles on stress management on nursing school, you know, so that'll be in the description below. Also have a video on that as well, you can check out. I'll put a link to that below as well. But I do think that one of the, you know, the best ways to kind of handle that is just try to look at it piece by piece. You know, these assignments that are spread out over the entire semester, they're not going to be due immediately, you know, so just kind of look at it week by week, and sometimes, you know, day by day. Just kind of do what you can to kind of get yourself through that. Now, as for how you can make the first day as successful as possible, just try to already be working on an organization strategy. So for instance, so pretty much get a planner is what I'm saying. And are you the type of person that, you know, you like paper planners? I am not. I actually don't like I want to get rid of as much paper stuff as possible. And so you might be looking at digital planner, and so, or using like a Google Calendar to organize everything. You know, either it doesn't matter, whatever floats your boat in terms of organization, right? You just need to have an idea of what you're going to do. Next thing is to try to reach out to others in your class. So if you know some people who are already going there, try to reach out, you know, start looking at study groups, even if it's your first day. Just try to reach out, like, it's essentially make a friend, you know, that's what I'm saying. Make a friend, start trying to create that network of, you know, those peers that you're essentially going to be doing nursing school life with for the next 2 years or so, because they're going to be good in terms of helping, honestly, helping you stay sane at times during nursing school. Next thing is just plan to be incredibly busy during nursing school. Just make sure that you have emotionally come to grasp with that. Make sure that you have talked to your family members about that, your close friends. Make sure you and your spouse are on the same page. You figured out what you're gonna do with kids. If you have older kids and you're going through this, especially as a non-traditional adult, like kids in middle school or high school, just make sure that they know and you kind of have those discussions with them, because you are going to be fairly busy, if nothing else, at least initially, maybe even only just initially in the semesters, you kind of start getting a grasp on on how you're going to manage that particular semester, how you're going to manage nursing school. And you know, one thing I will add as well on here is that if you are going to, because it kind of fits in with the busy thing, if you are going to be working during nursing school, make sure you start looking into that as well. Go to NurseMoneyTalk.com/jobs to look for jobs on the job board there. You know, also have a video that I'll link up top over there that goes through some of the best jobs for nursing students. But you know, just kind of like stuff like that, anything you can do to kind of start gearing up for the semester and for nursing school is going to help. The one quick tip I will give you, or another quick tip, and this is probably to me, like, if you remember nothing else in this video, try to stay ahead. Try to stay ahead of assignments. Just try to stay ahead of things, because if you let it get to you, or worse yet, if you let it get behind, it just makes life very, very difficult. But that is all I've got. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you very soon in that next one.